Hello, and welcome GMAN Division 5B to your weekly recap featuring your host Gunnarside and Lazra.
Hello.
Let's get right into it. Cookpot Cannibal lost against One Thick Coat, perhaps not the most unexpected result.
But they were close though. They took it. It could so easily have been a draw. Like, I watched the game, and I think the lesson that the halfling coach should learn is a draw is sometimes a win. Like, he attacked first, and once again his tree blitz went badly. Turn one again, like the first two games. But no, he did all right. But he kept trying to go. He went for a throw play when he maybe about turn 5 or 6. He went for a desperation throw play when there were two safeties back. I mean, it didn't work, but he could have just gone to the half 0-0. But he ended up losing the ball and getting and the Chorse ran it in 1-0. But he played all right in the second half as well. He did okay. There was the odd time where I was like, again, he'd try and make the riskier scoring play when he could just, because I guess he had to at that point. There was just a really funny moment where you had a tree and a fling versus a Chorf and the rookie Mino over the ball, and then you had the other Mino downfield surrounded by 5 halflings all trying to bring it down and foul it out, and all the Chorfs were knocked down and on the sides. It was a really weird one. But the rookie Mino for the Minotaur. No, not Minotaur. What's the one? Centaur? Yeah, Bull Centaur. He really wanted to score in the second half. He picked up the ball 3 out of 3 times. Straight up, no rerolls. And the halflings were forcing some good dice. They were forcing dice in the second half, but the Chorf coats were just yeah, I'll just roll these 4+ and walk away. And you can't sack me 4 times in a row. So that was a bit unlucky. It was close. I think if the halflings had tried to play for the draw in the first half, they could have taken it and put the Chorfs under real pressure.
Right, cool game. Always nice to see halflings putting up a fight. Pretty good MVP.
Yeah, it's good.
2+ Supreme Leaders lost against the Tungsten Titans.
Yeah, and I felt so bad because this is something I do a lot as an Agi rack coach. So basically, the Dwarves attacked and that High Elves played it really well. And they kept the screens up, and so on turn 7 the Dwarfs were only really in 2 GFI range of the ball. But what the High Elves then did was, instead of completely screening, he tried to sack the ball and swarm the cage even though he couldn't score. And so that meant that the Dwarves just knocked them off and gave it to the movement up runner who ran it in with 2 GFIs for free. Whereas if they just held the screen, it would have been really difficult for the Dwarves to score. Or they'd have had to roll some serious dodging dice or get good blitzes or something. Maybe, I can't remember. I couldn't see a really good play for the Dwarves if the High Elves hadn't committed, because he committed from the middle of his screen. He didn't go from the corner. He didn't give up a corner. He went from the middle and threw them at the cage, and then didn't get the ball. So the Dwarves just pushed them aside and literally ran it in. And then after that, it was I don't know. The Dwarves blitzed. The Dwarves got a blitz in the second half, and there were just always 2 long beards on the ball from there on out, and the High Elves couldn't get anything going.
Oh well. Perhaps a lesson learned for next time.
Yeah.
Pretty
Definitely
good.
lesson learned.
The Orcs on tour, they tied against the Vampires, which is did you call that actually? I know you.
I think I did. I've called 2. Yeah, I called that one. I think it's close. No, I can't remember. This one was close, but yeah, it was some good Vamp play. I'll tell you that. It was fun to watch the Vamps play. It was one of those where the Orc coach didn't really know how to defend in the first half. The Orcs got a score in 5 turns and then really overcommitted to one side, and it was just 1 gaze, 1 blitz, and then you were in and 1-1. It was a really fun game to watch. A lot of shenanigans, and I think a draw was about deserved. Even dice, no crazy misplays or super duper plays either. So that was good to watch.
It's a good MVP there for the Orcs. Less so for the Vampires. Orc squad lost against the Bridge Burners.
Yep. I know. I don't think either of us predicted this.
I doubt it.
And it was fine at 1-1. But the Orcs then forgot that Leap was a skill. I don't know. They pressed up in a big line on was like it was on their defense. They left like one safety, and the safety was on the halfway line. They pushed all of the Orcs up in one big line across the pitch. So the Cats just leapt over them and ran away. And he got 2 other people to leap over the line before someone failed, and so they just ran away with it. So I think the Port squad would be really unhappy with that result because it could have easily been a draw, but they're really messed up, sadly. Like, really, the Bear played well though. The Bear tied up like 4 Orcs at a time on one of the drives, so that was kind of fun to watch them try. There was like 5 Orcs just in a line, and the Bear on the other side, and they just couldn't knock him over. It was quite funny.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, Kislev really is one of those teams, sort of like Vampires, where you don't expect the type of plays you would normally expect.
Yeah, you have to think a lot more conservatively.
Yeah.
I think he was thinking he was going up against humans or something, but yeah, the leap really punished him. I don't know what he was thinking. It was because he played well for the rest of the game. I guess it was just a bit of like a brain fade or something.
Yep.
Because they were up players as well. Like it was 11v8 when they did that, so it could easily have been. Anyway.
Happens, right?
Yeah. Rough. Yeah, it happens to the best of us.
So the Lino Norse win against this game.
Yeah, I think I called this, didn't I?
You did.
Well, I think we both called this.
No, I don't think I called it. I think I gave it to the Skaven, but who knows at this point.
Nah, because so they went for the 3 Bs as a Major Bite said he would. So that's Boomer, Bay, Bribe. It was so funny though. I kept a record. You know, he's got that blitzer, like I hate rats.
Oh.
Yeah. He's played 36 turns of Blood Bowl against rats. I think he's gotten 1 Kaz in those 36 turns, and it was such a bad game for him again today. What else happened? The ref was on point. Both teams got a bribe in the stadium, and the Norse had 2 bribes, and I think they needed all 3 of them in 3 turns. Like because both teams were fouling. And the ref was on point. And then someone got sent off as well. So yeah, the tackle did work. I don't know. I'm trying to remember the game. Major Bite played pretty well. It was a while ago now. I just think it came down. Oh yeah. It was really bad. The Rats. It was one of those where it's like turn 15. It could go either way, and then the Rats like 1 in 9. Like they would have been the absolute dagger for the Rat team, but because it was still 0-0, and the ball was deep in the Norse half, like in the second half, because the tackle like cut off. The Skaven tried to run through, but the tackle caught them midway, and they got it a bit messy. But it literally came down to like a 2-dice blitz. They were both out of rerolls. They burnt their rerolls a bit early. But it came down to like a 2-dice blitz for the Skaven to score in at 1 in 9 on like a line rat, and then the Norse. But then the Norse were able to they had just enough turns to run the ball back up the length of the pitch in 3 turns or 2 turns and score. So yeah, a bit heartbreaking for the Rats there, but I think Major Bite on balance. I think Major Bite deserved a result there, definitely though. I will say.
All right. Also, the Skaven got 4 armor breaks in the entire game.
Yeah. That's also a thing. Yeah, it is a bit rough, but they didn't really take many blocks either. I don't think they did anyway. All their block. Well, they couldn't really fight the Norse. For the first half, they sat really deep. Like all of their players were in their quarter, like their home. So they're not even in their half. They're in their quarter of the pitch. Like, they didn't really want to risk anything, and then eventually they ran up and screened like after 3 turns. So it's a very hands-off Skaven approach, and it sort of works. Like there weren't that many removals for the first half.
Right. Next up is the Tunnel Sneaks versus the Hexophil Braves. The Hexophil Braves winning this one.
Yeah. Now we know my shorthand. I've written about 6 lines of shorthand from each game, and the Super Skink I've abbreviated to SS. And there's like 8 or 9. I basically followed the game of the Skink because it sort of was a bit ridiculous how much that Skink carried the game a bit. Like, he got through both of his throwers. Like he fouled out one of his throwers trying to get rid of the Super Skink and knocked the Super Skink out, but it came back 2 turns later at the end of the drive. So that was one of his throws gone, and then the backup thrower got Kaz turn 1 of the next drive. So both his throwers got used up sadly. So I guess he had to carry the ball on a gutter runner after all. No. Yeah, it's just a 2-1 grind. couldn't get through, couldn't do anything. The Crocs got in some. To be fair, he did give up a couple of bad positions for the Crocs, like the escaping coach. Like there was a spot where I think he just forgot about it, like because it had boneheaded, but then it just rolled in and marked 3 line rats with prehensile tail. So it was a bit yikes. You know the thing with lizards when you're playing them, and all of a sudden, like, because everything's movement 6 and not like movement 4, all of a sudden you're just like surrounded by strength 4, and there's not a lot you can do.
Yeah.
There was one of those moments in this game. And yeah, the super skink. Basically, it was a game of trying to bring down the strength 4 skink and not being able to get it off the pitch and really suffering because it's such a distraction. And like, I know how you said yesterday, like, will he use it or will he be scared to use it? The skink was forefront. Like, he carried the ball all the time. It was always a threat. I think he used it as a safety as well. So the rats couldn't even really like 2-turn that well, because unless you're running from exactly the halfway line, the skink's going to bring you down in the backfield because it's strength 4. So it'll get like, you could even get a 3 dice hit with a skink on a gutter runner, which is so spooky.
Hilarious. Alright, well, that sounds like a good time. Last game is a draw between the Dark Elves and the Fruit of the Tomb. The one game you didn't watch.
No, I didn't get around to this one, sorry. I was too burnt out because I did it all in one go. I watched all the Div 3 games and then all the Div 5 games, like back to back. And yeah, I ran out of time for this one, sadly. So I will try and watch it next. I don't know. I won't be able to watch every game every week because, you know, I'm not usually this free every week. But I'll try and make a point of watching one of the those guys' games to try and like even it out a bit, because obviously it's not great when you get missed.
Right.
I'm sure Luke Lazy will give us a play-by-play if we ask it for him in the clan chat. So it's good.
So I mean, I don't know what happened here. Pretty poor dodges really for the elves.
Oh no, not again.
Yeah, this again. Yeah, I mean the armor breaks were pretty equal, although the Fruit of the Tomb got 4 removals and 8 breaks.
Yeah, more possession for Fruit of the Tomb this time. Yep. They only got 6% possession last time, which wasn't great. Even blocks, fairly even breaks, and just an even game. Just not much to look at so far. There's some good levels though. We'll get on to that, but there are some nice levels here.
We'll get on to that right now, actually.
Yep.
Excel Braves, they get. Let's see if they actually got it. Where are they? There they are.
They didn't. No levels, sadly.
They didn't.
MVP on the Blocksaurus though, so he's close to. I hope his. I really want it to be guard, but I feel like it might end up being Mighty Blow.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, both aren't horrible options.
Yeah, they're not awful first choice, are they really? Personal preference. I'd go guard myself, but I can see a world where I'd take Mighty Blow.
Having one Mighty Blow is so nice.
Yeah, it just gives you that little bit of an edge, doesn't it?
Fruit of the Tomb got a level on both mummies, actually. One getting block and one break tackle. That is quite big.
Yeah, really good block mummy.
Yep.
That is a literal pillar of the team, and guard break tackle as well, like the movable guard.
Yeah,
oh, that's really good.
Won't move very far though.
Yeah, but sometimes you only need like 2 squares to just like shift. Like, let's say if you're like locked into a fight, you just need like to step out and step into a better spot. Yeah, it's good utility there.
Very nice.
Oh, getting a block mummy is so, like, getting the early block mummy is so good. He'll be really happy with that.
Yep, just need some level on the whites now.
Yeah, Vanity pass away. Hopefully he just gets, you know, like a game where he gets a deep kick or a turn 8 where he's got nothing happening, so he can just tick off that box and get the level. But
yeah.
That's good mummy levels.
Darkest Dark Elves. This one took a pretty important casualty, actually. That is the.
Yeah, it did. Oh, it's so grim.
That is an issue. He can't.
That is awful. He can, just as he was starting to get something momentum going. And I think you do buy the new one, don't you?
You do.
That's sad.
Mm.
Oh, and he had to score on one of the niggled linemen, I think. Or maybe that was old. That might have been old. Sorry, just noticed one of the niggled ones has got 3 out of 6.
Yeah, he had
yeah,
the
onto
touchdown
the.
on the blitzer.
Well, he's got another blodge, and he's got his first tackle. So
that's right.
Every cloud.
Right.
Yeah.
Could be worse, I guess. You have the money.
Again, it could be worse, but it could also be a lot better.
Oh yeah.
It could be a lot better for the Dark Elves. Shame.
Tunnel sneaks. Tis the Skavens.
Yep, 1 level, I think.
On the Gutter Runner with Blodge, you get 6. That's pretty average, normal.
Good.
Yep.
That is exactly average. Probably show hands next if it's another normal. Oh wait, no, you've got 2 throwers. Yeah, sorry, you've got 2. I forgot you've got 2 throwers.
2 bloody throwers.
Oh, see, look, he's eating the MVP. The other one's eating an MVP as well. You see what I mean? Like, for God's sake. Like that, you want that MVP to have gone on Rat Meat or Rattister 13 Penny. I don't get that reference. What are the references to the names here? Are they just like random rat puns?
I don't actually. Oh, I know what it is. I think it's a reference to Fallout 3. There was like.
Oh yeah, because rat meat would be dog meat, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay, so it's all Fallout.
Yeah.
References.
There was a gang in Fallout 3 called the Tunnel Snakes.
Oh right.
So instead of the lone survivor, you have the lone runner.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. I figured that one.
I'm not sure what Liam Neeson is about, but
maybe he appeared on a Fallout trailer once upon a time. He's the odd one out. I agree.
Yeah. He'll have to
Another reason to sack him. Another reason to sack him.
Yes. Get rid of him.
Please.
17 weeks of suffering. They got a level.
They did.
And not much else. They got a level on Elf BS as usual. He gets Frenzy. Alright. I mean, it's always nice having an extra Frenzy piece.
Yeah, I like it. Tackle Frenzy.
Well, I say extra, but it's his first one.
Yeah, because he doesn't have the elves or the berserkers. So yeah, that's a berserker basically that he's building there.
Berserker without strength axes. Fantastic.
Yeah. Well, it's lineman Norse.
Just roll doubles.
Fun. It's good though, because it's giving he's got some tools to cause some upsets, and he did. He beat those rats pretty bad. I mean, the rats had a 90% shot to win. But we'll forget about that because results. Because if anything I've learned about REBBL is that people are results oriented. Definitely, it's all about the final score. It's not about the process. So, yeah, we'll forget about that. Cool.
Onwards to Pork Squad. Let me go back. Yeah. Pork Squad, and they got a level on a Blitzer.
Yeah, they got a level on Poir and a level on Olivia.
Olivia gets what? It doesn't say Olivia got a level. Perhaps he got the level and then rehired it.
Yeah, wait. Yeah, I guess. Thing is, he played, didn't he? So.
Yeah, he's already played.
Did Poir's level stay? What did the Blitzer get?
Dodge.
Yeah, the Blitzer got dodge again. That's sick. 2 dodge blitzers. That's amazing. That's really good.
It is. Alright, nice.
Nice. Did you see the comment, by the way? Steve left a comment on the YouTube video. He was saying that he wanted he didn't want to pinhole one of his blitzers as a carrier yet until they've all gotten a couple of levels.
Right, I saw that.
Which I thought was quite clever. So he's taking the guard first, in case, let's say, one of the other ones rolls Agi or something like that. I think that's what he was saying. So yeah, that's a smart way. So I remember we had a debate about it the other week. It's a pretty smart way to go about it, to be honest. Yeah, nothing else. Guard. Oh, the plot guard black up already. Jesus, right. I think that's one for next week. Sorry, we'll carry on.
Yep. Orcs on tour. Dudes, abbreviated.
Give me one more
Oh,
Nidalee game.
whoops,
One more Nidalee
that's
game.
the wrong. Here I am in my browser, opening random, things on rebel.net. I ended up clicking on a video.
Eyebrows.
What?
We're gonna get banned from YouTube.
No. It was it's a League of Legends video. I don't even play that game. Like, what?
Yeah, I don't know how you get to find time for it now that WoW Classic's out.
I never liked League of Legends and MOBAs like that.
No, I've always played Dota. To be honest.
I was into Smite like a lot for about like 2 months.
Oh, I think Smite was a bit before my time. Yeah,
Smite.
actually no, it was around, but I never really got into Smite. Nah.
Either way,
but
this is Smite we're playing.
No, we're playing Blood Bowl.
Troll gets blocked. Huzzah!
Oh my god, Big Boss Eto is another admin themed team. I tell you what, if you want someone to talk about your team, just name them after notable Rebel people, because that's a surefire way to get some comments on your names. And I'll know that I've like broken into Rebel properly when I've been named on someone's team. That's when you know you've made it to the big leagues in Rebel. Which is exciting. But yeah, block Troll. Oh my god, that's amazing. Block Troll. Yeah, one of the goblins is gone, so it's a bit more trim, a bit more streamlined orc team. So yeah, exciting.
It is. 2+ Supreme Leaders, that's the High Elves. They get Strength plus on a Loner, and the Mighty Blow Blister levels and gets Tackle. It is good.
Sick. Nice.
Yeah. Wait, have they played already?
Yeah, they must have. No, they didn't. Did they? They didn't. Oh god, I forgot how many stat freaks are on this team. That's 2 strength 4 now. I forgot about that. Yeah, so they can fill this team out. You go really good. How much cash has he got? 130. Oh, I could probably buy another position on this, right?
I mean,
if you wanted.
I don't think you buy another catcher yet. I don't think.
Well, I mean, you've got the cash and you've only got 10 players, so.
Yeah, but I really think you buy a lineman because rookie catchers are bad, and he basically has 3 rookie catchers, where 1 has dodge. Like.
Yeah, I guess you are right. Okay.
You probably want to get Fidel Catchall either block or dodge, and then Joseph Stalin either probably block, and then you start considering another catcher.
Okay.
Otherwise, you end up with a bunch of rookie catchers who are pretty dreadful.
Cool.
1 thick coat. That's the Chorfs. Let me find them here. Where are they? There we go. They brutalized a bunch of halflings last week, so they got 3 levels.
they got bull levels though. They maximize the SPP there, focus the bull levels.
That's that block on the break tackle is very nice. The other one also gets a break tackle.
Yep, second break tackle. And another guard.
And another guard,
nice.
You're right.
No claw yet, but it's only been 2 levels. But I'm sure we'll get there.
It will come.
Did he get rid of? Did he finally? Yeah, good. I think he finally got rid and replaced the movements to reblocker. Because he was on the field in the halfling game. I was surprised to see him still on the pitch. But yeah, he's finally got the cash now. Yeah, and his goblin, his carrier, I assume his leading hobgoblin is only 1 touchdown away from hopefully something exciting. Otherwise, probably sure hands.
Yep. Tungsten Titans, that's the dwarves. We go 1-0 victory versus the High Elves. They got absolutely nothing.
No, they didn't. They got. Oh yeah, no, they didn't get. Yeah, they got nothing. I was looking at the High Elves team.
So
yeah,
we go on to Blood.
They only got 10 SVP in the whole game, which is a bit sad. But
that's
High Elves are steady, deceptively steady.
Volunteers, they got a level on the Dead Thrall and a level on one of the vampires who gets dodge. Very nice. Dodge is a big
very
skill
nice.
There.
Huge skill.
Bridge Burners is the Kislev. I keep thinking they're dwarves because of the logo? I don't know. They get a bunch of levels.
Yeah, they finally get going. Big win, breakout win for them. And now it's got those blitzer levels.
Yep, take Mighty Ball on one and block on the other. Then a lineman gets strength. Hello.
Oh, yes. That's the kind of bloke you're excited about.
Yes.
Strength for lineman.
That's the good stuff for those Kislev teams.
God, imagine the vampire lineman with very long legs. 2+ strength 4 hits.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Hindas has a strength 4 lino, and he has like 2300 Kislev, and he said that the strength 4 lino is like the best piece. He said that himself.
Nice. I think so. I guess he's keeping the. Would you keep the blitzer with the movement down still? Now that he's got. Now that he's your only multiplayer. Yeah, it's really hard to say. I've never
played a game with Kislev in my life, so.
Neither. Movement 7 to movement 6 is also sort of like. I'd say it's quite a big like bust because it means you can't get to the sidelines. Like you can't mark the sidelines from the middle of the pitch, which is usually like the benchmark. I guess 6 to 5 would be worse actually, because then you can't even get there with GFIs, and that's an issue. Oh yeah, I guess you keep him. I guess you do, because I didn't realize this, but the blitzers don't even start with block, which is weird. I don't know any other blitzers that don't start with blocks. So.
Real bad. Oh no, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I guess.
Going. Are there any other blitzers who don't start with block?
They all do. I'm sure they all do. I'm trying to think of other weird races. I mean, vampires aren't blitzers?
No, they have to be called blitzers.
I think they're the only ones. Because even the elves and the rats start with block on them.
Yeah.
Amazons? No, they get block.
Oh, they definitely get block. They get blanche.
Yeah, they start with blanche. Oh my god. That's so rough. Imagine TV 1000, you rock up with your chaos, and you're just like, okay, let's start this team off, and you get like Amazons with 4 blodge.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
You get like 5 SPP in the game and lose 3-0. It's just like, oh.
But then you get tackle and you laugh. Shall we go?
Yeah, two seasons later. Anyway, yeah, Gas Town Gangers. I spotted the I think I spotted the theme for this one, because gangers are a thing in Necromunda.
Oh.
Which is sort of like tabletop meets Blood Bowl. So, and it's sort of like set in like this.
Wait, did
like,
you just
sort
say
of
tabletop
underworld?
meets Blood Bowl?
Yeah.
You mean Blood Bowl? So
Blood Bowl. Yeah, but I forget the Blood Bowl. No, it's like XCOM, like tabletop XCOM is what it is. So you have like a squad of like 6 lads, and they've all got some sort of gun, and you roll a few dice and do stuff, and then you fight another team. So it's sort of like, yeah. So it's like a classic. It's more of a classic tabletop game. Like when you think Games Workshop wargaming store, you think people playing something like Necromunda.
No, you think.
So I think he's got a Necromunda team that he's based his escaping on. Because gangers are like the base unit, I think. That's a Juve, sorry. But yeah, I think that's what it's come from. Anyway, sorry. Did he get any levels? More importantly,
he didn't. He only got 2 MNGs.
Yep. That's true. Historia died though.
At some point, I guess.
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong game.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the week 1 game. Yeah. Oh.
Good one. Onwards.
Yeah, a bit tired. Yeah, onwards.
Finally, we have the Cookbot Cannibals.
We got a level.
They get a level. Peter Time gets Is that sprint or sure feet? I can never.
Sprint. It's sprint because it's got the. Wait, what? Oh yeah, I meant that one. I meant the reroll one because it has the little dice in the bottom corner.
Sprint.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then other than that, he gets a movement bust on one of his halflings who got fired, and another one got killed, and then an MNG on the big tree.
Yeah. That's a shame.
How did that tree get MNG'd? How did a strength 7 tree go down?
It got fouled out. Got surrounded and fouled out.
Yeah, but for it to be fouled, it has to be knocked down first.
Yeah.
How
They surrounded it, didn't they? The halflings sat off by like 3 squares, so it was very easy to get just a screen between the big trees and the halflings. Yeah, he sort of protected the other one a bit better. I think I think he's just thought, oh, they're a tree, they're invincible, and then one of them got fouled off by a hobgoblin on like turn 2. Was it turn 2? I think it might have got knocked out and then come back in. I swear there were 2 on the pitch in the second half. Whatever. Yeah, that's going to be a big loss.
Predictions.
Yeah.
First off, there's the Kislev versus the Halflings. I'm going to go with the Kislev on this one.
Yeah, same.
Gaston Gangers versus Blood and Teeters. The Skaven with one of their gutters MNG'd versus the Scary Vamps.
I'm gonna go Vamps.
Yeah, me too. I mean, the Skaven don't have a single Mighty Blow piece. They have 2 Claw, which is probably not gonna do a whole lot against this team.
Shouldn't do.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. As long as the Skaven don't run past them, which might happen, because remember the Vamps are all movement 6. So
right.
There's a chance. But hopefully there'll be a safety Vamp hidden there somewhere who can
make some plays. Dodge one, maybe just a dodge one. Either way, Hexotal Braves versus the Tungsten Titans. This is the SS versus the
Yeah. Don't we start? No, the Super Skink, the Spectral Skink. Yeah. Who do you go for here?
Dwarves.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
I guess I can see it. I've got 2 guards and some Troll Slayers.
I say a bunch. They have some Troll Slayers to make up for the sort of lack of strength. And this Lizardman team has like 3 block on its entire team, and one of it is on the Skink. That is.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of red dice this game. Yeah. And he does have tackle.
Like, yeah, there's a Super Skink, but this is a team entirely made out of tackle.
All the tackle. Yeah, he doesn't have tackle on a fast piece yet, though. You know what I mean? All his tackles on movement 4 and the Skink's movement 8, so.
The fast piece is block, though.
I'm gonna back the Lizards. I think that Skink is ridiculous and shouldn't lose. So I'm gonna go the Lizards.
You know what's more ridiculous than the Strength Force King? Dwarves at low TV.
I like the little mic drop there as well. I don't know whether you picked that. That was picked up, but I think I'm happy to. I think we should agree to disagree because, yeah, I just think the Lizards are gonna win.
I don't think so, man. Fruit
we'll
of
see.
the Tomb versus One Thick Coat. Yeah, Undead versus. God, what is this? Is this Chores? Like, it's really small for me because I'm looking at the slides I made inside of OBS, and my eyes aren't great because I refuse to wear glasses.
You've also been playing WoW for like 10 hours a day, or 5 hours a day. It probably won't help your eyesight. Not that I'm dashing WoW. Just
sorry,
yeah, that might also be. Yeah, well, you know. I feel like I am. You know, I do. Whatever.
You sort of feel like you are my mom. Is that what you're?
Yeah.
Okay. Fruit
It's an interesting dynamic.
Back to the game, please, before this gets weird.
Yeah.
Versus One Thick Coat. I mean, One Thick Coat has like the Bull Centaurs, the strength 4, a bunch of cards. But Undead is Undead.
Yeah, with the Plot Mummy.
It's hard, actually.
It is hard. The Undead get an inducement, so that could be a bribe. Do you reckon it'll be a bribe?
If I could actually see what their team value was, maybe.
Yeah, they get 110. So yeah, that's a bribe in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because he still doesn't have a bench, which sucks as Undead. You want to have some spare fowlers, so yeah.
I'd go with the Chorves.
Yeah, that block, the block center is the big one, isn't it? And the strength 4, sure. Yeah, I think this is a sure W.
Right. Darkest Dark Elves rather. God, that team really messes me up. Versus the 2+ civilian leaders. It's
I'm
the
looking forward
Alpha.
to my clan league team messing people up. That should be quite fun.
What is it called again?
Nameless ones,
Great.
and all the players of punctuation. Anyway, this game. Hmm. It's an elf off, and I'm gonna back the elves with more TV because they're probably better.
I'm gonna back
And
the
I think
ones
they are
with Mighty
better.
Blow and 2 strength 4 pieces.
Yeah. Unlucky. Yeah, I think it's a high elf win this time. Although the dark elves probably get a wizard. They might, they might
Rehire the
They only
Witch Elf.
need. Oh, that's true. That's true. They do need to rehire the witch elf. Yeah. Okay. High elves.
And lastly, the Tungsten Titan versus the Orcs on tour. I'm gonna go.
Tunnel snakes. Tunnel
Wait.
snakes. You mean?
Yeah, I think I messed something up in the.
Sure.
I messed something up in the thing. Right.
In between, like me messing up my audio and being late, I feel like we're both equally a bit disorganized this week.
Yeah, we really are. Right. So Tunnel Snakes, you said, versus the Orcs on tour. Let me double check that I don't trust you. Yeah, you're right.
For the record, I'm gonna back the rats because I like rats.
Because you're biased.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna go with rats as well because that's a lot of lodge versus 1 tackle. When I say a lot, it's like 4, but that's actually not that bad.
Yeah, but more importantly, there's no diving tackle.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, rats it is. So, I mean, that was that, really, for this week's recap. We'll be back next week as usual, either Wednesday or Thursdays, that is to be seen.
Yeah, we'll see how we go. Ciao.